Let's talk about stress, baby. Let's talk about you and me, and let's talk about stress. Hey, it's Will Schneider. Welcome to another mindfulness moment. Today we're going to talk about elephants. No, that's not true. We're going to talk about stress. We're going to talk about what stress is, where it comes from, why we should know about it, and also a little bit what we can do about it. So, what is stress? Stress is actually non-specific. It's completely neutral. It is literally a belief. Here's a nice, solid, functional definition of stress. Humans experience stress or perceive things as threatening when they believe that they do not have the sufficient resources to cope with the demands of a particular circumstance. I'll say that again. It's a belief. We experience stress when we do not believe that we have the sufficient resources to cope with the demands and the obstacles in a given circumstance. That's all stress is. It's more of a belief than an actual thing. So it's the way that we perceive things that makes a difference whether we're stressed out or whether we move through things like smoothly, flowingly, and functionally. So that's what stress is. Not all stress is bad. Stress could actually be quite good for ourselves. It's really good for us physically, right? When we want to increase our bone density or increase our muscle mass by like walking or running or taking on some sort of exercise. It's great cognitively and for our brain, right? When we push ourselves to learn new skills, right? That's like stress, that's good stress. And we arrive in a new place with new intelligence and new cognition. But excessive stress is really quite bad for us. It causes mental health problems, it causes depression, ulcers, panic attack, strokes, heart attack. So that's if excessive stress is in our body. So why is it important to know about stress? Well, if we know what stress does to us and how to get around it, we might be inclined to live a little bit differently. Living stressfully does not have to be your default. Just because people in your family or people in your life or people at your office are all stressed out does not mean you need to be part of the stress culture at all. We can change stress. We can move stress around. We can mitigate stress. So let's talk about what stress actually does to our body and to our minds. Well, simply and frankly, stress can make us a real ass. Why? Because what stress does is it ups our cortisol and adrenaline levels and it locks us into survival mode, which technically we're in our sympathetic nervous system. So our heart rate is going up, our blood pressure is going up, our rate of breathing increases dramatically, also rate of thinking increases dramatically. So we kind of get in this tunnel vision and we get into this fight, flight, or freeze mode. We fight back with people, yell at them, anger, maybe we actually get physical. Sometimes we run away, right, when things are we perceive too much stress, or we just freeze and we can't do anything. So actually on a deeper physical level, stress affects all of our organs, our skin, our hair, all of our vital organs on the inside, even our brain stress affects. And if we're living in chronic stress, like I mentioned earlier, this is when we open ourselves up to ulcers, stroke, heart attack, panic attacks, depression. If enough stress can really make us significantly depressed. And stress also knocks us out of, and I mentioned this in another video, our executive function. When we're in our executive function, we're calm, cool, and connected. We're using all parts of our brain in order to effectively solve and overcome that obstacle in the moment. And also when we're in our executive function, we'll actually call on resources and become more resourceful in order to overcome the demands of that particular circumstance. So, stress is a choice. You don't have to live with stress. Understand, become aware of stress, and learn what you can do about stress. So instead of living with stress, instead of us being in this default mode of stress all the time, we can live more peacefully, more harmonious, with more ease, with more creativity, more productivity, because we are in this executive function state, calm, cool, and connected, and really ourselves, instead of being an asshole. So thanks for listening. This is Will. If you have any questions, leave some comments. We'd love to help you. Have a great day. Peace.